This is another fiddly one. It's the flat parts of the chicken wings, which we're going to confit, and then you can have it with a dip. But it's worth the effort because your friends will be amazed that you are serving these beautiful little flat chicken wings with no bones. So we're starting the first stage of the confit, which is brining them. In here, I've got 20 grams of salt. I've used kosher salt. You can use sea salt. I've got a teaspoon of finely chopped thyme. I'm going to put in a tablespoon of parsley and about 1/4 of a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Mix that up. Get a tray or a plate or a whatever. Sprinkle half of this on the bottom of the tray. And I'm just going to add one extra little sprinkle of salt. I don't know why. Then take your flats and lie them on the salt. Whoops. This recipe will make 24. Now sprinkle the top with the rest of that salt mixture, making sure every chicken gets some salt. And feel free to add a little bit more salt if you haven't got enough. We're going to rinse the salt off anyway. I'm just lightly covering these with some paper, and they're going to go in the fridge for 3 hours. I've put 2 jars of duck fat into this pot and I have melted it to about 100 degrees. The oven is preheated to 150 degrees. The chicken flats, I have rinsed all of the stuff off, and I'm just going to pat them dry in a clean tea towel. I'm going to pop these into the duck fat. 2 jars is enough to make sure they are completely submerged. I've got a cake tin liner. I'm just going to sit that over the top, and I'm going to put those in the oven for 1 hour. These have come out of the oven using a spider strainer. I've put a rack over a tray, and I'm just going to very carefully put these on the rack and leave them to cool completely. They'll be easier to handle. If you click on the confit duck highlight in my profile, there's films there that show you how you can reuse this fat. I've been practicing these to try and make it as easy as possible for you. Obviously, you don't have to debone them if you don't want to, because it is a blooming fiddly job. But it is just so impressive. Imagine the joy of just being able to pick up a crispy chicken wing and there are no bones. So let's take a decent sized one. There are cartilagey bits at either end topping the bones. So you want to pull those little bits off. Don't be afraid of it. So those are off. Now holding it quite firmly, there are 2 bones, a big one and a little one. I'm going to start with the big one. I'm going to hold it firmly together and just gently ease that bone out. Then there's a little bone. I'm going to do the same thing. Oof. And there it is. Okay? Do you want to see me do one more? So I'm going to break off the cartilage off the end, both ends. I'm going to hold on to that bigger bone, keeping my hand wrapped around it, holding everything in place, maybe like this. Out it comes. And if there's a little bit on the bone, eat it. And then do it again with the little bone. Don't waste these bones. Put them in the freezer ready for the next time you make stock. If you cover these up, you can store these in the fridge for up to 2 days. Heat a frying pan, dry. Put the wings in, skin side down. Here we go. Glorious colour on them. Time to taste. It's like having just the perfect morsel of roast chicken no bones, crispy skin, dipped in that butter chicken sauce. It's heaven. Butter chicken sauce. This is the flavours of butter chicken, but it is just a standalone sauce. You can use it as a dip for things at Christmas. You can use it to just put over roast chicken. So I have melted a tablespoon of ghee and I'm putting in one very finely chopped red onion, and I'm going to cook those until they're soft. After the onions have been cooking for a couple of minutes, season them with some salt. You can either use a 4 centimetre piece of fresh ginger and grate it, or this is fantastic for when I'm feeling lazy. I'm using a tablespoon of this freeze-dried ginger from Jux, and I'm just putting just over a tablespoon in, and I've got a chilli that I have split in half. I've kept the top on, and I'm just going to put that in, turn the heat up a little bit, and just cook that for a minute. The next thing going in is a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, and half a teaspoon of ground fenugreek. Now, the easiest way to grind fenugreek, because when you buy it, it's usually in those little granules, and they're very hard to grind. So I suggest that you roast the granules and then grind them. It's a little bit easier. So all of my spices are going in. 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. Give it a stir. 200 ml of passata. That's actually about a cup size in America, I think, because this is a cup. But it's funny, I'm not sure if American cup sizes are different to ours. Let that cook now for a couple of minutes. Gradually pour in 200 ml of double cream. Let that cook for 2 or 3 minutes. And lastly, 2 teaspoons of honey. Let's taste it. So at this point, take out the whole chili so that somebody doesn't come across that. You can either use this sauce now or store it in the fridge for a use later on, or I'm going to be using it as a dip for my Confit chicken wings.